Welcome to AmA Media.2.0. I hope you find here what you were looking for. Thumbs up the video, share and subscribe if you haven't yet. Now let's get it. Enjoy. As time went by, her pregnancy became obvious, so her father questioned her angrily, fearing dishonor for him and his family. She truthfully answered that she had been with no man and cried her innocence in vain. But her father did not believe her and ordered 2 of his servants to take her into the woods and bring back her heart in a container. The servants took her to the edge of Xibalba, but decided to let her go. They put a red fruit and red sap in the container and took it to their master instead. Bloodwoman now knew that one Hunapu was the father of her children. And she went to his home and pleaded with his mother Ixmacane, explaining that she was carrying her grandchildren. Ixmacane did not believe her, but finally accepted her as the household servant, giving her the most miserable tasks to do until she bore male twins, Hunapu and Ixbalampu. The grandmother rejoiced in the twins and tried to protect them as they grew into youngsters with exceptional powers. She hid the ball game gear that had belonged to their father and uncle because she blamed the game for their early demise. The hero twins, however, were not as innocent as their father. They had acquired some of the cunning qualities of the underworld through their mother's line, while retaining their father's and uncle's power and knowledge, somewhat magnified by curiosity. Known for their intelligence and heroic virtues, they performed many acts for the benefit of the Cha-Chan, their imperfect world of chaos. For example, they separated the future humanity from the monkeys by sending their own half-brothers into the trees. They punished its Yi, Venus, a boisterous bird with bright plumage who committed the sin of pride by boasting that he was the sun. They killed its Yi's 2 sons who were wreaking havoc in the world of matter by moving and squashing mountains. They revived the 400 boys and set them in the sky as the Pleiades. Finally, they discovered their father's ball game gear and played noisily, moving celestial bodies to their proper places, the ball game being an allegory for these movements. The lords of Xibalba were disturbed by the noise, as they had been before, and invited the hero twins to the underworld for a game in which the winners would take all and the losers would lose their lives. But hero twins were successful in avoiding all the traps that the Exabaurbans prepared for them before the game. During the game itself, after solving many schemes and enduring the lords' bad calls, they seemed to give up. Convincing the lords that the only way to kill them was by grinding their bones and throwing the powder into the river, they held hands and jumped into a fire. The lords pulled out the bones, ground them up, and threw the fine grains into the river. From the powdered bone emerged a pair of catfish. The catfish were transformed into 2 small boys who became performing magicians. They were invited to the underworld to entertain lords of Xibalba. They urged the youngsters to perform their most difficult feats, after a house was burned with one of them inside. It suddenly appeared as if nothing had happened. Then the youngsters, seeming eager to please the lords, did the following. One of them cut the other into pieces and threw the parts into the air, where they disappeared. After a long pause, the twin materialized unharmed, to the amazement of the lords. The principal lord, wishing to show off his daring in front of his vassals, begged the twins to perform the trick on him. The twins agreed most willingly. After dismembering the lord, they did the same with the other lords. But none returned alive after their limbs and bodies were thrown into the air. AmA thanks you for tuning in. Please leave a comment. Grantangi until the next video. Peace and much love to all. Lobby.